Okay, I'm Sophia and I'm doing storytelling. So today was a Sunday, and on Sundays I always went shopping. However, today was a bit different. And you see, there's a glass repair shop right outside my house. And I thought people had deserted it by now because the windows were always dark and the door was never opened and the parking lot seemed dirty and old and there were no cars in it. But as I left my house today, I thought I heard a smash breaking glass. Well, I didn't care. It was just a bit of shattered glass. Little did I know how this was going to turn out. Okay, so, number one, I go on shop on Sundays. I'm sure I mentioned that. And there's a glass repair shop right outside my door. I think I also mentioned that. And I also order stuff online, and I live alone. I like the shop's Amazon, and I also like my favorite store is the general store, which is right outside my house too. Okay, so today I went to shop at the general store. Had everything general in it, food, everyday items, like that stuff. So I turned in and bought what I needed to buy, which was celery and a Thanksgiving dinner, which included a turkey and a lot of wine. Well, since I was inviting people to my house, but that was going to be later on. And so I went out after I paid, and I went to my house. So there's another thing I forgot to mention. It's that I keep my money in a secret place. But I didn't want to mention it since it's a secret place. All I can tell you is that I take my plastic bag out and I get my money out from there. Okay, time to reveal the secret. It's a boot, and it's hanging somewhere in the house, but I won't tell you. After all, it's a 10-story house. Anyways, I dip my plastic bag in that jar, in that boot, and I take out the desired amount of money I will need to buy stuff. And then after I come back, I put the extra money in the boot. Just so you know, I'm not telling you which floor it's on. And then so when I went back though, the boot was gone. Well, I'll look at it this way. The boot was always there because no one should be able to get it, but for some reason today it was gone. And the window next to it was also broken. Perhaps that's what the smash of breaking glass was. So it was probably right that the glass shop next door was actually deserted. But then I was very confused. It was because the boot shouldn't have gone missing and it wasn't on the floor. But then something even more strange happened. I heard the Amazon delivery guy came over with yesterday, they came over with this package, so I asked them to fix my old clock that sounded exactly like my doorbell, but they said they couldn't fix it, so they also left some money inside. I honestly didn't care, so I just took the money and left the box outside. But then I forgot, and then the doorbell rang, or was it the doorbell? And then I opened the door, but nothing was there, just my old package. And then so I decided to get a book and read next to the door in case anything else that was strange was happening. Then a minute passed and the doorbell rang again. So I opened the door and waited for something to come in. And then 10 minutes later, another Amazon delivery guy came in with some groceries I had bought. And then I asked him what was going on. So he said, let's wait together. So we both waited in the house with the door still wide open, but then I heard the doorbell again. Then I realized it was something that wanted to come in. I took every package I got. But then when I closed the door, the doorbell rang again. This time it was way louder. I realized that it was the clock because, as I stated, it sounded exactly like my doorbell, and since it was in the house now, it sounded way louder. So I decided to ask the Amazon delivery guy if he could fix it. He said no, but he could turn the dials off. Since I didn't do stuff with like dealing mechanics and stuff in those days, I didn't know how to, but the Amazon delivery guy did, so he helped me turn it off. Anyways, after that, I still had to figure out one thing. Why was the glass in the window broken, and it was my boot. The next few days, I asked everyone I knew, but only one person said this mysterious thing. Look outside. Okay, so I looked outside on my building. So I saw nothing there. But when I went to investigate the crash site, the boot was right under the window. That must have been strange. Then I realized that the window had been opened, but it didn't have to be smashed. But then I realized that it was actually winter, so the wind might have caused it all. It could have blown the window, and then it could have shattered the glass, and maybe the boot had been blown out by the wind after it changed direction. And that also made sense because the glass shards were found inside my house and not outside. So perhaps the wind was blowing in my house and shattered the glass, and then it started changing direction and blew the boot outside the house where I had found it, right outside the window. So now that it all makes sense, here's where my story ends. Thank you.